Hello everyone. In today's session, we will be discussing a very important aspect which I learned uh, in many years of my life. Because when I cracked Directive, which is a super dream company, which I cracked in year 2012, and I joined that company in 2013. So I took many interviews, hundreds of interviews I took. I even went off campus in IITs, NITs, even in my own college, DTU, even in NSUT and multiple colleges I visited. Okay, so today I will be talking about a very important aspect like how to crack SD interviews, basically covering major different interview prospects that I would like to cover is like the DSA rounds, like what all to take care of when we are giving DSA rounds or when we are giving projects related round, right? Or we are giving interviews like online round of like coding contests, okay, online rounds, or giving aptitude rounds. So there are some kind of failure points which you may avoid, right? That you can, if you know all these secrets, then you will not be failing at those parts at least, which mistake that I have done, or all students from the coding mafia reported that they have done this mistake. So I will be starting with the very crucial thing, which is the DSA itself. Okay. So when we talk about the DSA part, so what are actually companies looking for? So they are looking for that you are having a problem solving mindset, right? That you are able to solve the particular problem in a step by step manner. So you have problem solving mindset, very first of all. Okay, like how are you approaching the problem? Are you able to ask the questions? So basically they are checking, are you able to judge the questions based on some patterns? Are you basically able to recognize the pattern or not, right? Are you good at recognizing pattern of the question, right? Then how good you are writing the code, like how good is your code quality, right? Like, are you writing the clean code or not? Are you very clear about the code that you are writing? Or I would say the communication part is also important. Like, are you uh, able to explain your own code, or are you able to discuss the logic with the interviewer properly or not? And the the very important thing that they would like to test with you is, are you able to handle the pressure of solving question along with time? Because sometimes what will happen that you are not able, you are, so it happened with me, this was my first interview I was giving in my first round, face to face with the interviewer, and I almost got stuck for almost 20 minutes. But as soon as I recognized the pattern, I was able to solve the rest of the problem within next 5 to 7 minutes. So sometimes you will get stuck, but you should be able to, like, कि भाई नहीं, ऐसा नहीं कि आप एक बार stuck हो गए then you have lost totally. So the things, it may happen that things will change and drastically you will crack that particular interview. So you should be able to, so companies are checking that are you able to handle the pressure or not, right? So, what are the common DSA mistakes that people are making, right? The mistakes that I would say generally people are making in the DSA rounds is like jumping to the problem without even understanding the question. You have not understood the question properly, and you are directly thinking that this is that question. Sometimes it will happen. You will think like, oh, that question I have already seen, and you are giving another solution because you thought you they are giving you question number some q1, but you are thinking that this is question number 5, kind of. I'm saying example, right? You are thinking that they are giving you this question, but so not understanding the problem clearly. Okay, jumping or jumping to the coding part without understanding the question. Okay, so you should be making sure that you are not you that so basically not understanding the question. So always make sure that you are understanding the question. Then I would like to say, like, not clarifying the edge cases. In some particular cases, it may happen that you should clarify that what will happen if this kind of behavior is there, right? If you are not very clear with the test cases, uh, then it may happen that you will be writing the wrong code for those particular test cases, right? So not clarifying, I would say, test cases, or I would say, Mm, so some of the times you are not discussing. Basically, you are not discussing with the interviewer step by step. So this is also a mistake, that while doing the problem, you are not discussing. If you are stuck, you are not discussing, and you are stuck for a lot of time, right? And you are wasting your time, and interviews is not knowing what is exactly going through your mind. So this is also a common DSA mistake that people are making. And maybe you are not very good knowing like what is the time complexity. You are not knowing like what is the time complexity of a problem, that of the solution, not knowing time complexity of the solution that you are giving. Okay, you do not know like how to calculate the time complexity. So you should avoid these mistakes, because companies expect that you should be able to find the time complexity of the solution that you are. So what you must do instead? So you must always clarify. If question is given to you, you must say ask. Let's say if question is given and you are given numbers, and you have to show them, rotate the numbers, or you have to search in the search a particular number, or you have to rotate the array. Okay, search in the rotated array. You should ask the question like, are duplicates allowed? Is the array is already sorted? What are the size constraints? You must clarify everything. This is you must do always. Okay, so what is exactly you must do? Okay, you should clarify first of all, right? And second, I would say, you should start with brute force, and not do not give too much time. Okay, give the brute force approach in a very short period of time, and then uh, only solve mostly for optimal approach. Do not invest too much time on just brute force. Just tell them that I can run the three for loops, and it will be able to I will be able to solve with an order n cube, and give a very rough. Do not write code for the brute force. Okay, there is no need to do that. Then try to find the pattern, like what is exactly the pattern of this question. Like this question is going toward the binary search, or looks like greedy, or looks like a heap problem, or two pointer approach, or binary or backtracking. What kind of pattern that you can think that this question is off, right? You should try to recognize the pattern of that particular question. Okay, uh, then you should be also communicating. As I told you that some of the times people are like very shy and introvert, and they are not discussing the problem, the solution. They are, do not talk too much, but whenever you are that see out loud that I am defining the pointer. So here we should add a loop, so that I can loop on this, or whatever conditions I should use hash map. Whatever is going through your mind, speak it out. Okay, or you can say you should have good com skills. Okay, so while solving, if you think that you are going in a particular direction, keep explaining like a teacher, right? Like I'm showing you this, I'm writing this on the notepad, and I'm writing. So whatever is going through my mind, I'm writing and explaining to you, instead of just thinking everything in my mind. You will not be able to understand what I'm doing, right? So always communicate while coding, and always walk through the test cases. When it comes to that you are done writing the code, make sure that you are trying out with all test cases are working or not working. Try to tell the time complexity of the solution that you are proposing. Okay, analyze the time complexity and tell the interviewer that this is the time complexity of my solution. Then only interviewer will be knowing that you are not uh, j- uh, like just remembering the particular solution from somewhere and showing it in the interview. It will be like that you are very clear with the concepts and you are explaining like how you calculate the time complexity, right? So these are the must do's when you are giving an interview. Okay, and always make sure that your code is very clean. So I will give you one more advice. When you are giving offline interview and you have one single paper sheet, and let's say you did a lot of rough work on this, and now it's a turn, you have explained everything, and now you need to write code. It should not be like half of the code you are writing on this side and then on the other side you are writing. Ask for a separate sheet, take two sheets, write code here, and if you need one more sheet, do not write it on the back. Another code should be on this, so that you and interviewer both can see all the code on the board. I mean, you have, if you have two different sheets now, you can write, let's say, half of the code here and half the code if it needed. Else write all the code on the one sheet itself if needed. Then also do not write in the back, ask for extra sheet and write it here. I hope like you understood my point. Raise your hands if you understood my point of view, why I am asking this. Because it will be really difficult for the interviewer कि भाई तुम आगे देख रहे हो, then you are turning the paper back. So this will make the things complicated, and we have to save the time. Every single minute can change and turn your whole package, right? मतलब उससे आपका पैकेज ऊपर नीचे हो जाने वाला है, right? These small things can change your whole things. Okay, now let's move to the second part. How many of you like, okay, I would like to tell you a basic flow of DSA interview as well. So flow should be like this. Let's say this is an interviewer and this is you. So what will happen? Interviewer will give you a question. Once he or she gives you a question, what you should do? You should clarify if it's needed. Okay, always clarify the test cases, or if you are not able to understand. If you understood, it's fine. Then you should give the brute force. Okay, do not go very deep inside the brute force writing all the code and everything. Then say that, sir, I can find all the particular patterns, or these all are possible varieties that I should generate, and out of this I should check which all are the maximum, and then find all this. So explain the logic and say that I can do all of this within order of n cube. After doing this, sir, can I move to towards optimizing it? Then try to optimize. While doing the optimization, uh, I'm not saying talk too much, but don't talk too much. Okay, don't talk too much, but it should not be like you are too silent, also not being very silent. Okay, but whatever new things are coming to your mind, explain it to the interviewer so that they know exactly how you are approaching toward the problem. Once you are done, then give the logic for the optimal code, and then tell them the time complexity for that, and then interview will ask for writing the code. Write a very clean code, as I told you, like using the paper. After that, make sure that all test cases are working. Okay, if you have given the interview in a very perfect way, it should be like that you are done with the first question within 10 to 20 to, if very hard question is given, 30-minute maximum, I would say, will be taken if you are giving in a going in the right directions. Generally, in interviews, some of the times they will ask you maximum two questions, and if you're very good, they may ask three questions, and it may also happen there was only one question being asked in a particular DSA round. How many of you learned something new in this DSA thing that I just told you? And we're gonna make sure that you will not be making the same mistakes. किस किसने यार कुछ नया सीखा? कुछ नया सीखा या पता था सब कुछ? Raise your hands. You learned something new? Okay, perfect. Okay. Now coming to the next part, which is about now I'll be going through the next part, which is about next we can cover is about the projects. Okay, so when you are giving the projects related round, okay, when you are talking about the projects, okay, so what happens in a projects round? Okay, so basically while you are showing your resume, they will be obviously asking some kind of questions regarding the projects, right? So what interviewers are exactly checking, what they are expecting, they are not expecting that you should know a variety of things, okay, that you know a lot of number of things. Instead, if they are asking for something, you should be able to tell of that in detail. So instead of going in breadth, they are focusing on depth of particular thing. And they also want to make sure that it is someone like and it should be like that you are solving a real world problem, right? It shouldn't like यार तुम बहुत basic सी problem लेके बैठ गए. It should solve a particular purpose which is also like helping like you should do the projects which will be helping in the company. कि भाई वो प्रोजेक्ट किया है तो तुमने लेट्स से यू आर नाउ एबल टू डेवलप एपीआईज एंड दैट टू इन अ स्केलेबल मैनर, कि भाई अब आप वहां पे भी जाके कर पाओगे वो चीजें, राइट? एंड दे वांट टू टेस्ट दैट यू योर ओनरशिप, कि भाई क्या वो तुमने खुद से बनाया है या कॉपी पेस्ट करके लिख दिया है. दिस इज ऑल्सो वेरी दैट दे वांट टू एक्सपेक्ट एंड दे वांट टू चेक. दे ऑल्सो वांट टू चेक कि भाई how much good you are understanding in architecture design, or how you are designing things. You can say like the designing part and breaking it down to solve that particular problem, or the architecture that you are developing for that particular problem, right? And your ability to let's say to debug the code, okay, how good you are at debugging things, ki bhai agar if there is a issue in the code, are you able to test it out, are you able to figure it out how you should be able to, and how you should increase the performance of the code, right? कि भाई इसको optimize कैसे करें. These all are the major things that the interviewer is testing when they are talking about the projects. So when you are telling, okay, then these things should reflect when you are explaining your projects, right? So the mistakes the people do while explaining projects is using some kind of fancy keywords, or some kind of things that you don't even know. ओके मतलब तुमको पता नहीं है और तुमने बोल दिया बस कि भाई मैंने रेडिस यूज किया था, आई यूज रेडिस, है ना, फॉर कैशिंग, एंड यू डोंट इवन नो व्हाट इज कैशिंग. ओके, बिटवीन एनीवन नोज व्हाट इज कैशिंग, क्या होता है कैशिंग? एनीवन हु कैन टेल ओवर द माइक, क्या होता है कैशिंग? नो, नो वन नोज.
सिर्फ फ्रीक्वेंटली यूज्ड रिसोर्सेज को एक जगह पे स्टोर कर लेते ताकि उसको रिट्राइव करना आसान हो बाद में.
Huh, so it's more like, let's say, if some information is being consumed again and again, and let's say 80% of the time that data is being used. For example, when you are visiting Twitter, okay, what will happen? Will you be interested to see the tweets which were posted 4 year ago, or you want to see the tweets which are like within 48 hours or within 50 hours? What do you think? The first option or second option? You would like to see the tweets which were posted 4 year ago if you are visiting Twitter, uh, or you would like to see major of the content last posted last 48 hours or last 24 hours.
Like the recent option,
The recent
obviously 40
options,
hours.
right? So instead of so what happens if you put all the data into the database, okay, when you are reading from the database, it is hard disk, and reading from hard disk is like takes so much time, okay, maybe 10 to 20 times slower than reading it from the RAM. So if you have something in the RAM, it will be more faster. So what you can do, you can use Redis. So what is Redis? Redis is kind of a cache, है So this is what is caching. So what will happen if you want to retrieve some information? First you will check if it is there in the cache or not. If it is in the cache, then return it. If it's not in the cache, then get it from the database. And for the future purpose, if you want to save it in the cache also, save it also in the cache for future purpose and return it to the user. So what will happen if it was present in the cache, then it will save a lot of time for you. Okay. So I was just saying, if you're using keywords like caching or API, you must be able to explain कि भाई क्या है ये चीज. Okay, so do not use like some fancy keywords or some technical terms if you do not know it. तुम्हें पता है ना, ऐसा हुआ होगा किसी के साथ that you just said a particular keyword in the into, and now okay, what is static? You explain, okay, static is something something something, and then you said another word, let's say virtual memory. Then they will ask, okay, what is virtual memory? Have आपने देखा है, ऐसा वाइवा में होता है या इंटरव्यूज में होता है, that you are explaining something, you will say some particular keyword and they will ask, okay, what is this keyword? Let's say you are saying we can solve this problem using recursion, so then he will ask, okay, what is recursion, right? So make sure that whatever terms you are saying, you should be able to explain. You are not able to clarify, like why did you build something, okay, if they are explaining, you are not, so this is a mistake. You should be able to know, like whatever you have added, why did you added that. For example, you said you added caching, okay, you applied let's say redis, but if someone says, okay, why did you add redis in that, and you do not know like why did I add redis. So if I ask you now, why did you added Redis in your project? What should be your answer? Anyone? क्या आंसर होना चाहिए उस केस में? Why did I added Redis? बताओ यार.
For saving the time to retrieve the
हाँ,
data.
correct. For to save time, first of all, for most frequently retrieved data. जो डेटा बहुत ज़्यादा बार रिट्राइव हो रहा है, उन केसेस में टाइम को सेव करने के लिए. Okay, you should be able to, so you should not do that you are not able to clarify. This is also a mistake. You are over explaining the boring parts. Okay, like you are giving the information in the projects like which are totally boring and not making the people interested. Okay. So I would say I'm giving you a flow what exactly you can do, which will make this very easier to explain to the interviewer, है ना. Or mistakes that you should avoid is like you have copy pasted some projects or some fake project that you are showing. These all mistakes you should avoid. Okay. um okay, so what you should do exactly is like perfect explanation framework I'm giving you, what you must do basically. So first of all, you should explain the problem. Generally what I have seen is, this is also a mistake, you directly start talking about the code, starting directly about the code. I use this library in Java, I use this library in Python, I applied this and do this. No, first talk about the problem that you are solving, the challenges. Let's say you are about to explain that you made your own make my trip. Okay, do not say that you make your own make my trip. Instead say that, sir, I wanted to create a platform, uh, because I have seen that many people are struggling in India, that they want to book train tickets or flight tickets, they have to go to the agent offline, or have to go to the railway station, and there are long queues, and using cash, and different things. And let's say I want to book a hotel, I have to search it, let's say right now, and it's midnight, I'm not able to find it easily. I want to book flight and I want to compare all prices, I do not want to disturb like agent. ओके भैया यहाँ से यहाँ तक जाना होगा तो कितना होगा, ये वाली फ्लाइट करेंगे तो कितना होगा, कौन कौन से टाइम पे है. So I wanted to fix that particular problem, and 10 million plus people are booking flights and train tickets on a daily basis, and that too in India, है ना. So these kind, this is a very big problem. अब तुम मेक माई ट्रिप के बारे में बात करोगे, डू यू थिंक दैट इट विल गोना मैटर अ लॉट, है ना. इंस्टेड ऑफ सेइंग कि भाई आई हैव मेक ऑन माय ओन मेक माई ट्रिप वेयर you can book flights or this and that. What do you think? The first explanation is better, where you are saying that 10 million tickets are booked, and this is also a problem that all hotels are not able to get booked because people don't even know about that hotel. And maybe some hotel is in the back of the lane, and because of random road, the people do not know about it, but giving a cheaper price, and it's not getting sale. Okay, so this is also a problem for the hotel. And being me as a customer, I would like to get cheaper price and better hotels. Maybe I need to go in a unnamed road by car there, right? So these kind of problems you should explain. Everyone understood? Raise your hand कि भाई पहले प्रॉब्लम के बारे में बात करनी है. फर्स्ट यू शुड टॉक अबाउट द प्रॉब्लम इन अ वेरी डिटेल्ड स्ट्रक्चर, जितना एक्सप्लेन कर सकते, सो दैट इंटरव्यू विल ऑल्सो गेट वेरी इंटरेस्टेड टू नो मोर, लाइक हाउ डिड यू सॉल्व दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रॉब्लम, कि भाई तुमने ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करी कैसे. ओके, after covering the part of problem, then you should come to the solution part, that I started making my own make my trip, where you can plan all your trip with us. Okay, then start giving the high level design. Okay, the architecture level design, I would say, like where you are saying that, sir, so what will happen, like this is my platform and this is the user, and let's say when he's going to the platform, he will have two three options, like he want to book a flight. Okay, he want to book a flight, or he want to book a train, or he want to book a hotel. Okay, and after that, choosing all that, then let's say he chose the flight, then I should be able to show like what are the dates you want to choose, how many passengers are there, and which how many passengers are there, and like which date you want to board, and return ticket is needed or not, and then book. Once you do that, then you should be able to show all the options, and out of the each options, if he chooses, then he will be sent to the payment page. After making the payment, he will be receiving his ticket, or he will fail some kind of architecture design. Okay, कि भाई कैसे कैसे flow होगा, how the information. So once so at every time user is doing all this, he will be displayed this, and user को ये दिख जाएगा. All these flow charts you can explain. Okay, high level diagram. Okay, and then you can say like what tech stack did you choose, कि भाई तुमने कौन सा tech stack use किया. Okay, let's say you are saying that I used Java plus full stack. Then why did you use Java plus full stack? So you can say that, so Java is very evergreen, first of all, and second, helps you build secured, very secured systems, and that are very scalable, first of all. Okay, very very scalable and maintainable as well, because Java is a very structured language. Secondly, I had two options of using MySQL and Postgres, but I use Postgres because when I was running queries on the Postgres, I researched that it was taking lesser read time. Because in my project, I will not be writing much, but reading many times in my project. If I my platform is would have been कि भाई इनको राइट ज्यादा करना होता तो ये डेटाबेस बेटर था, नहीं तो वो डेटाबेस बेटर था. You can discuss whatever tools you are using, why you are using. Let's say you added Postgres, so this database will be used to save all the data of related to users, related to agents of hotel, or the flight agents, or whatever. Okay, database will be used there. So you can say something like this is my web page, user will do some actions, so these actions will be going to the server. Okay, this is a server, and if any query is needed, will be going to the database. Retrieval will happen on the server, then it may generate a new web page and will be shown to the user. So this kind of like design you can show. Okay, so after telling all architecture and tech stack, uh, then you should be like going for like what kind of challenges did you faced, like कि भाई ये issue आ गया था, I was stuck because of this problem and that problem. तो वो सब बता सकते हो if there was. And then in the end you can tell all the impact out of all of this. After telling all of this, the very important thing will be what was the impact, है ना? That is very important. That, sir, I kept optimizing my queries, and I made my server APIs to respond within the 50 millisecond. Every call of API that I'm making is lesser than 50 millisecond in my code, and all the database queries are running under the 20 millisecond. I have optimized all the database queries. So, and I tested it among for by creating 50 different users and so many cases. I tested with so many images. Whatever impact that you want to show, you can tell. Okay, right now my platform is being used by these many followers, or whatever impact that my code is working with an accuracy of 99.89%. Okay, all these are comes under the impact category. Okay, so basically this is how you should be explaining the projects part when you are talking about the projects related round. So everyone understood till here? कोई क्वेश्चन तो नहीं है यहाँ पे? सबको समझ आया ये वाला पार्ट? एनीवन लर्न समथिंग न्यू इन दिस, कि भाई कुछ नया पता लगा, लाइक हाउ यू शुड एक्सप्लेन प्रोजेक्ट्स? यू लर्न समथिंग न्यू, रेज योर हैंड. किस किस ने कुछ नया सीखा? बहुत बढ़िया. एक्टिव हो जाओ यार थोड़े से, सही में सीखा तो बताओ यार, ऐसे मत करो. चलो, now I will be covering the next part, which is online coding rounds. So when you are giving online coding contest or these kind of interview rounds, so what do we need to take care of, है ना? कि भाई हम क्या mistakes करते हैं, what we should avoid and what we must do. So generally when you are giving online rounds, okay, in online round generally it will have 2 to 4 coding problems will be given, and there will be time of, you can say, let's say 1 hour to 1.5 hours uh, will be given to you. And it's so you are expected to solve the problems with the speed first of all, कि भाई कितनी speed से solve कर रहे हो, and are you able to recognize the pattern or not, right, pattern of the problem or not. So most of the people will get eliminated here. मतलब मैंने तो देखा है 70 to 80% of the people will get eliminated in these kind of rounds, online rounds. Okay, so this is expected that you must be in one of the top student if you really want to clarify. So what you should be avoiding, spending only all of your time. If you are stuck on one, let's say, particular question, you are solving on a one particular, so this is a mistake that you should avoid. Do not spend all of your time. If you think that first question is hard, then skip that and go to the question number 2. Okay, do not spend all of your time on the first question itself. This is also a mistake, that starting with the hard problem. This is very bad. Start with the easy problem, then medium, then hard. Because if you solve the easy problem, let's say everyone who tried the hard problem, they were not able to solve, and all the contest was win on the basis of easy. Let's say only 10 people in the whole contest solved easy problem. Then what will be the factor on the basis this contest will be decided, like who all will get shortlisted? What do you think? 10 people saw, there were 3 problem, easy, medium, hard, and 10 people out of 100 only solved easy. Then what will be the parameter that who is on the top of the leaderboard? क्या चीज होगी वो? What do you think? Most questions solved. No, I'm telling you. Number of questions. No, I'm telling you that the 10 people were only able to solve, and that to one easy question, not able to solve medium hard. Time, right? Then only speed will be judged. So generally you should start with the easy problem, and generally it happens like question 1 is easy, then medium, then hard in journal. Okay. Okay, try to mistakes that you should avoid: writing a long, very long code instead of using library. If you know some library, okay, for example, if question is not about sorting, okay, the major part of the problem is not about sorting. If the problem is like write the bubble sort, it's not like that you can just directly write the sort function with it, then this is wrong. But if question is not about sorting but to apply binary search or something like that, then you can use library. Okay, not reading test cases properly, you are not reading test cases properly. Okay, you are not reading the question properly, not reading the input output format correctly. Okay, these kind of mistakes you should avoid. So the perfect strategy will be like, first of all you should start with the easy problem, then medium level problem, then hard level problem. Okay, and you should be having very good clarity, like if you have to find the pattern first of all, कि भाई कौन से pattern का question है. So basically you should have the right choice of the platform that you are solving, which we have already covered, CLISH है ना. इसमें हम स्पीड भी ध्यान रख लेते हैं, सिंटैक्स की ध्यान रख रहे हैं, लीड कोड से हम लाइब्रेरीज भी सीख ले रहे हैं, इंटरव्यू पे टाइमिंग प्रेशर भी है, स्पॉज पे अच्छे टेस्ट केसेस भी हैं. So all this is a very good mix of platform that we have already taken care of. ठीक है. So the last thing that I would like to cover is about the aptitude round, है ना. In the aptitude round there is not much. Majorly I would like to say, always make sure if negative marking is there, है ना, then make sure that you do not tick. भाई ऐसे नहीं तुक्के मार के आ जाओ, do not do that. Secondly, uh, basically make sure that you have a watch with you, है ना, because you should be very careful of time, कि भाई यार aptitude में the major win will happen because of time only. So if you are not tracking time, that is a very big mistake. Okay, you are stucking on very lengthier question. भाई लंबे लंबे क्वेश्चन दिए हुए हैं, पहले भाई उनको अवॉइड कर दो, उसको पढ़ने में इतना टाइम लग रहा है, उसको बाद में देख लेना. ओके, जो क्वेश्चन तुम्हें लग रहा है फटाफट फटाफट सॉल्व हो जाएंगे, if you think that these questions are easy when I can solve it faster, do them that section first of all. Okay, so basically solve the easy question first. And I would say when you are talking about aptitude, the only thing that you can do is practicing 20 to 30 minutes aptitude on a daily basis. Let's say you are near your interview, so एक दो महीने पहले से ही यार ये प्रैक्टिस शुरू कर दो और डेली रूटीन में करो 20-30 मिनट डेली. ओके, so this will make everything very easier. So these all are the tips that I would like to give so that you will be able to crack most of the interviews. तो यार ये जो है this all I learned with mistakes that I have made or students have made. तो भाई ये सब mistakes हमको avoid करनी है while giving the interviews. I hope like you will be able to clear all the interviews if you take care of these things in the future. Thank you so much. Keep coding, learn, inspire, grow. If you have any more questions, you can let me know.